When I first became a 911 operator, I thought it was the coolest job. I had always wanted to be a cop, but one thing kept me from doing so. I'm partially blind. I figured if I couldn't help people by protecting them from criminals, I might as well help people in the only other way that I could: dispatching. I quickly realized that this job was not for the faint-hearted. The hardest calls were the ones that ended abruptly, and you would sit there for the rest of the night, or sometimes for a full week, wondering what happened. In smaller cities, information gets passed around and dispatchers are usually let in on the end result of the dispatch. But for me, in a city of over 200,000 people, there are so many calls made that there's never enough time to ask a question of what happened. Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays were the busiest days. The most terrifying and unusual calls were made on those days. Here are some of the more intense phone calls that I've received lately. 911, what's your emergency? I stayed silent on the phone for a good 30 seconds, just listening. Hello? 911, what's your emergency? I repeated.
Hi.
The voice of a small child whispered through the phone. Hi, sweetie. What's the problem?
Mommy and Daddy won't wake up.
Okay. I'm sending someone over to your address right now. It'll be about 6 minutes. What's your name?
Melody. Is someone coming now? I'm scared.
That's a pretty name. Someone's coming right now. Can you tell me what happened? Why won't Mommy and Daddy wake up?
I don't know. Droopy came to visit me, and he said he wanted to talk to Mommy.
Who's Droopy?
I met him at the park. He's a clown.
Where's Droopy now?
He's playing hide and seek with me, but he scares me.
Where are you right now, sweetie? Are you hiding from Droopy?
Yes, I am. But I saw him with a knife. I'm scared.
I could barely hear her. I dispatched the officers again. They were 2 minutes away this time. Melody, honey, they're almost there. She was breathing heavily into the phone.
He's in here.
She whispered into the phone, and I could hear the sounds of footsteps. Okay, stay where you are and don't make a sound. It's going to be okay, sweetheart.
Why, hello there.
The voice of a man echoed through the phone. Followed by a scream. And then the phone fell silent. I never found out what happened to Melody, and whether the guy was apprehended or not. "911, what's your emergency?"
I think I killed my son.
Sir, can you tell me what happened? I sent out the dispatch, waiting for the man on the other line to answer.
It wasn't him, though, I swear it. You have to believe me.
He was panicked, probably coming to the realization of the crime that he just committed. Okay, sir, but can you tell me what happened? The police and ambulance are on the way.
Came up behind me while I was shaving my beard and popped up behind me in the mirror. But his eyes were so black. It wasn't him. I turned around and he was normal. His normal blue eyes. He was my Sammy again. But when I looked back to the mirror and looked at him, those eyes were back. I didn't trust him. That wasn't my son. I would know. I tucked him into bed and I took my wife's makeup mirror and looked at him through it one last time, and his eyes were still black as coal. I read to him until he fell asleep, And then I put a pillow over his face.
The man was now in full-blown tears. I didn't quite know what to say. Sir, the police are on their way. It's going to be okay.
Sammy?
The man stopped sobbing and sounded scared.
It's not him. Please send someone here. This isn't my son.
He was yelling into the phone, and I dispatched the officers again. There was heavy breathing and then some commotion. I heard the sound of a boy and then silence. I remember talking to my friend that I had dispatched over to the house the following day, and he said that the man was crazy. That his son had died 5 years ago by drowning in the bathtub. The father left him alone for a few minutes and returned to a dead son. He had found drugs and alcohol in the living room and figured he was suffering from hallucinations. I didn't mention the voice of the boy, though. I never told my friend or anyone else. I don't think I ever will. Still gives me the chills to this day. "911, what's your emergency?"
Hello? I think someone is following me home.
Okay, do you know where you are right now?
Yes, I'm on 4th Avenue, but I live another 3 blocks away. I'm scared.
The young woman seemed panicked. Okay, I'm sending a dispatch right now. Can you tell me your name, and are there any houses that you can go wait inside at?
My name's Cassandra. Oh my god!
Her breathing intensifies, and I could hear her running. Cassandra, what's happening? Can you go to someone's house for safety?
He's running after me. He's so fast. He's not human. Oh my god!
Her breathing was even heavier, and I could hear her sobbing through the phone. They're on 4th Avenue now. Scream if you have... Cassandra's phone cut out. A few days later, there was an Amber Alert for Cassandra on the news. She was only 16 years old and was coming home from a friend's house that night. No one has seen her since, and to my knowledge, she still hasn't been found.